do a weekly reading this week. Chewy is like, he is so needy right now. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna move this because I have a feeling he's gonna knock stuff over. Okay, so yeah. Speaking of his intensive energy, the energy is very intensive. Over the past couple of days, I felt a lot of shadow energy coming in. Now, what I mean by this shadow energy, it's the patterns of thought and emotions that can come up within us that we have learned through childhood, that we've maybe taken in through our DNA, so through our ancestral lineage, as to how we might react to situations, how we might feel about situations. In particular, I feel like it's been coming up within relationships and within finances, financial stuff. Like that has been the forefront for the past while now, and it's like we're getting to new layers, new deep depths about what the core is of who we are really. So when emotions come up, when discomfort, when negative thought patterns are coming up and it starts like putting you into a funk and you start feeling uneasy about something, unsure about something, anxious about something, stressed about something. Maybe you're fearing the future. Maybe you're kicking in to a reaction that can self-sabotage, right? So the more you notice it, the better, because then you don't have to go that way. Chewy, come here. You have an opportunity of just seeing it and then adjusting your thoughts and maybe communicating to loved ones. So if thoughts are coming up within a relationship, you can communicate them in a way that is not accusing anyone, not accusing yourself, not accusing them. It just is what it is. These are the thoughts that are coming up. So I'll give you, we'll see how much of a personal example I will share. So I'm not too sure exactly what will come out of my mouth, but just in regards to my shadow stuff that has been coming up. So I definitely, because of what I've experienced in my life, I have a fear of someone not wanting, like someone close to me, I'll just say, not wanting to spend time with me, that I'm not important enough, that I don't matter to sit and listen to and want to spend time with. So I've been noticing some of that stuff has been coming up, and I've just been looking at it and paying attention to the emotions that have been, coming in about it. And then going, okay, is this true? Is this accurate? Do I really need to be fearful of this? Or is it simply just a pattern of thought? Because we're in a new stage right now. You're not the same person that you were a year ago, that you were 10 years ago, that you were 2 weeks ago. We've been evolving, and many of us have been going through really big transformations. And this is a really big opportunity for really deep transformations, for us to finally let go of patterns that are no longer accurate to the core of who we are, because now the core of who we are is more revealed than it's ever been before. So when those uncomfortable emotions, experiences come up, pay attention. Where are those thoughts? And is this accurate? So I took the time to, when I was voice it is what I'm saying. I took the time to voice it, but after I had a chance to process it, I didn't speak my truth until I had a clear understanding of what I was feeling and noticing that it could simply just be my shadow. And then when I voiced it, because with this example that had happened, something was said, and then those feelings came up, and then they said, wow, maybe that was my shadow side, like their shadow side. I'm like, oh wow, like that didn't even occur to me at all. But it was really cool to have that conversation. But the most important thing is to have that conversation with yourself, right? That's the most important. Maybe journal. Get a journal. Talk about, write out those emotions, write out those thoughts, and see if you can start readjusting them, making those thoughts more gentle. And the way you can do that is having compassion for yourself and for others. And especially when it comes to relationships, the most important thing is for you to be you. You don't want to force yourself to be something that you're not to make someone else happy. And if you need to do that, maybe it's just not a good match, right? But sometimes it's patterns that need to be released, and new thought processes need to go into place in order for things to shift. So that's why that self-analysis needs to happen. So use that week for this. And with the current energies, you might notice, listen to Chewy groaning, you might notice some contrast in your experience. So you might notice awesomeness happening, and then not so great stuff happening, and then, or why isn't this happening yet? I've been working so hard and it's still not coming to fruition, right? But things are happening beneath the surface, and we do need to be patient. Things, we're still evolving and growing, and once we're in more alignment with the core of who we are, so going through the shadow stuff, allowing it to come up, sifting and sorting, sorry about the bumping of the table, it's Chewy, sifting and sorting through all those emotions and thoughts will get you more and more in alignment with who you are, which draws in what you desire. So it is important for us to go through this this processing. You see Gracie's back there. She was she was hiding, snuggling in on top of my black sweater, kind of blending in. I just noticed her. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a dog back there too. Anyways, oh yay, someone has joined me. How are ya? So that's basically the energy update. And as we're getting closer to the holidays and closer to the winter solstice, we're gonna have a more powerful energy streaming through. It's getting more and more powerful. And I will say, your calling, your purpose is getting clearer and clearer. And even if you don't feel like you get to a point of, I am meant to be here to, like, for me, I feel like I'm here to spread joy and healing and vibrant sexuality as well, because it's that sacral chakra that that's between your hips, that's the center of your joy, your creativity, your fertility, your abundance, and your sexuality. I do feel like that's my purpose, but you might not get to a point where you're like, I feel my mission is to blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't matter. It totally doesn't matter. But knowing the core of who you are and what makes you tick and what makes your heart sing, that's what's important. And once you are in alignment with that. It doesn't have to be the destination, actually. I don't like the way I worded that. It doesn't have to be the destination of, I'm aligned, I'm there, I made it, because we're constantly growing and evolving, right? But the more and more you get in alignment, get clearer and clearer and clearer of who you are, the more awesomeness that you're going to attract. And so coming up into that winter solstice, that the really powerful energy that's building and building to that point will help us to get to a really advanced clarity, I'll say. It is, we've been going at, prior to COVID, it was like we were going at a snail's pace of healing, and then everything started ramping up, and now it's really, really ramping up. Not just really, 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 really ramping up. Anyways, I hope you're doing okay, because the opportunity for healing and alignment is here, and it can be challenging if you haven't been working on yourself. These can be really challenging emotional times, and if you are at a point where, and this is going to sound very dark, so bear with me here, but if you are at a point, you're at your wit's end, you can't take anymore, maybe you're even having thoughts of suicide, right? If you are at that point, please get help. Get help. There's so much help out there. Reach out, talk to someone, get the support you need, okay? Because it's like this, okay? It's turbulent. A good analogy is you might be feeling a bit car sick with this, and that could be, the comparison of being anxious like this guy wants attention. I know you want to go outside soon. Anyways, get support if you need support, and know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, okay? It is going to get easier, and we will have some days that are more challenging. We might have some hours within a day that are really challenging, and you might even have a week or two that is really tough. Mind your thoughts, because your thoughts are going to help you to get through this. Your thoughts are creating your reality, so be really mindful of them and get the support you need, and be creative. Use creative activities to help you to be in a place of joy, of positivity, of alignment. So find ways to be creative and playful. From my light to yours, namaste. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And if you're interested in a one-on-one reading or yoga session, or maybe in the new year you want to join one of my yoga sessions over Zoom or in person, if you happen to be local, you can send me a message. You can check out my website, thejoyfulyogini.ca. Thanks, everybody. Let's do that. And enjoy the rest of your week. Bye. Namaste.